he gets up and he backs up, he gets the chair he's sitting in, and he slams it to the table. And I'm sitting there like, oh my freaking God, like I'm on the table shakes. I'm sitting here like, what is wrong with you? I'm sitting in my head like, what the fuck? This dude is freaking crazy.
What I'm finna be on.
Today is gonna be a story time about my worst date ever. And sadly, my worst date was my first date. So, anyways, I met the dude on Facebook. You know, those type of dudes that message you constantly and constantly and constantly. And you just decide one day to text him back, give him a try. That was one of those dudes. And that was a text message I wish I would have never replied to. So, this dude, I seen he texted me a few times and it popped up again, and he apparently kept saying, what up, gorgeous, hey, you're beautiful, stuff like that. So I decided to give him a try. I was like, hey, and then he was like so surprised I texted back. He was telling me how he loved black girls and all that kind of stuff. I was like, okay. Remind you, the dude was white, so I had never been with a white guy, so this was like different for me too. But he's already been with black guys before. I learned later on, but this was something new to me because I'd never been with a white guy. So you know, I was willing to try something different. He apparently was the type of dude that tells you how good of a man he is and how he wants to take you out and give you the world and all that, blase, blase. So I was like, let me give this dude a try. So he arranges for us to go out. He talks about how he works so much and he never has any days off. He tells me Saturday will be good. At first, I told him that I wouldn't go out with him because I don't usually do the little Facebook meeting in person thing. I'm just not with that. But, you know, and I told him that, and then he seemed so sad and stuff like that. I'm the type of person, I actually care about people's feelings, so I was like, well, I'm going to give this dude a try. So I waited the next day, and I told him that I would meet him on Saturday so he could take me out. And apparently Saturday was tomorrow. Well, it was tomorrow then because this was on Friday. So I'm like, well, where are we going? He's like, something nice. He was like, I want to treat you like the queen you are and how you deserve to be treated. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be interesting. He keeps talking about how good of a time I'm going to have. So we decided to just go out to eat, and I was fine with that. So the next day, Saturday, the day we were supposed to go out, he texted me talking about how happy he would be to see me, and he's excited and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, so I'm excited too, honestly, because I never met a guy who seems sweet on the internet. So I get all dressed up. I have my hair popping, the outfit on fleek, got my shoes, the heels on, and everything.
Nail done, the hair done, everything did. Nails done, the hair done, everything did. Oh, you.
He told me he's gonna come at 6 o'clock, so he gets there. And I'm at one of my friends' house. We all stay in the same apartment complex. And her mom was like, well, I want to meet the dude. I don't want you to go out with any weird strangers or anything. So I'm like, okay, friend's mom, you can meet him. So he pulls up in the driveway. He's here. I'm at my friend's house. Where I stay at is like, it's a section in the front and a section in the back. I stay in the back. She stays in the front. And I tell him the number I stay in, but instead of being at my house, I'm at her house. So, pulls in, and he pulls all the way to the back where my house is, because I told him that's where I stayed at. And then I come outside, and then he sees me, so he backs up, goes around the circle, and he comes to where I'm at. Then, when he gets right there, my dumb self, I didn't know it was that serious, but I open the door, and I get in the car. Then the friend's mom, she's like, no, you don't do that. He opens the door for you. So I'm like, okay. So I get back out the car, and then she tells the guy I'm with, hey, come here, I want to talk to you. So he's like, okay. And then she's like, you know, she's not supposed to open the door. He's like, well, I'm a man. You know, I know how to open the door. I'm looking at this dude like, this dude is so freaking outspoken and loud. And I really do not like guys like that. So that was the first turn off. And he's like, I'm a man. I know how to. I opened the door for her. I thought she stayed back there. She said she stayed back there. I just came to the front because I seen her walk around. I'm like, what in the world? So this dude is crazy already. Oh, Jesus. I should have known then just say, I changed my mind. But no. Anyway, so I'm sitting there like, really? And I'm just looking at the friend. She's outside with her mom and me and the guy. And I was looking at her like, oh my God, do you see this dude? So, that goes crazy. I get back in the car. He opens the door for me this time. Close the door. I get in. He get in. And, he starts telling me how beautiful I am and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. And then, so he starts playing this really, really, really loud music. And I hate when guys play loud music with me in the car. I just think it's so rude. Like, I do not want to listen to that. And I do not want to be in here with you blasting my ears out. Anyway, so we're going up the road, and I don't even have a phone. So, unfortunately, I'm just trying to find something to look at besides him. So, I'm just looking out the window. Because I'm really not interested at this point. Like, not just because of the way he looks. Not saying he didn't look like I expected him to, because I expected him to look that way. But just the way he acted in the first place, and the way after I seen how he was, I'm just like, no, that was a turn off. Anyway, so I'm just trying to look out the window, look at the front window, something. I ain't got no phone. I ain't got nothing to. You know, when you in the car and you got something to look at, like you could just look at your phone and blah, blah, blah. But no, I don't have that. So I'm just looking out the windows and stuff. And he keeps putting his hand on my thigh and everything. I'm just like, this is your first time seeing me. I really don't want you touching me. Like, that's just for everybody. Like, I'm just not comfortable with that. I do not know you. Don't touch me. But anyways, I don't say nothing. I let it ride. Every time he wants to say something, he cuts the music down. And he's like, he's saying, you're so shy. I'm looking at him like, what the hell? I'm gonna be real on my channel. I don't care. I'm looking at him like, what the hell do you want me to say? I'm saying it in my head. I'm not saying it out loud. I'm like, what the hell do you expect me to say to you? And he keeps talking about, I'm gonna treat you how a man is supposed to treat you. You so beautiful. I'm like, okay. You know, it don't sound bad the way I'm saying it. But if you was there, you'd be like, okay. And I'm just like smiling a little bit because I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, I see you smiling. He's like, when you get home, you're going to be texting me talking about I miss you, baby, and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, all right. Anyway, so we get over there. We go, and where I stay at in my town, it's not really anything nice. It ain't really anything nice there or any nice places to go out to eat. So we went to about 4 cities down from where I stay at. So it took us about, I'd say, 40 minutes to get there. So we get there, it's a long ride there, and then he's like, when we finally get in town, he's like, where you want to eat at? I'm like, it doesn't matter. I said, I never ate at anywhere special, so if you take me somewhere, I probably never even ate there before, so anything would be a surprise. You surprise me. So he was like, have you ever been to Applebee's? I said, no. He said, well, there's your surprise. We're going to Applebee's. Look at him like,
really, nigga?
Did you really have to say it like that? Like, the fuck? Anyway, so we get Applebee's. And we go in there, everybody looking at us. I think everybody's looking at me.
She on fleek.
I'm looking good, and I got everything just. I was on point that night. And he was just dressed up in sweats and stuff. I don't know what you're supposed to wear at Applebee's. I know it's not a really 5-star restaurant, but you could at least try it. Or took a shower or something. And we ordered our food. And when we ordered our food, I'm like, he's like, what you gonna get? I'm like, I don't know. He said, whatever you want, baby, it's all on me. And so like that. I'm like, okay, I expect it to be on you anyways. I'm just saying this in my head, remind you, I'm not even comfortable around this dude, so I'm not even talking, really. So, I ordered my food, and he ordered what he wants. So, we ordered our food, and the waitress asked what we want to drink. I say lemonade. He says beer. That was the first thing I was thinking. Like, I ain't been on a date, but I'm assuming when you go out with somebody on the first date, you do not get drunk. Like, that's just a no. And I just knew he was gonna get drunk. And I remember talking to my friend, I said my friend's mom, I was getting tips and stuff from her. She told me, I asked her how much was too much for him to drink. She said one. And this dude already had his first one. And I was thinking, really? We went in for our food, and he keeps talking about, you're so beautiful, and nobody's ever took you out to eat. I'm like, no. And he was like, I'm a man. He said, I'm so mad. He said, how can you be so beautiful and all these dudes ain't never took, He's like, man, what the wrong with these niggas, blah, blah, blah. And he's getting mad about that. I'm like, okay, you go down. I'll say that in my head. I'm like, okay. So the food gets here. And my food is steaming hot in my face. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Because I never had anything like this before. Mind you, so I'm sitting there, I'm kind of smiling a little bit like, okay, dude. But, yeah. So he's like, look at you. He's like, I could tell you ain't never had nothing like this before. He was like, you better get used to this. I'm like, okay. It's like every time something happened good or he says something, he has to prove a point. I'm like, okay, just let it flow. You don't gotta say something every time. I'm saying it in my head. I'm just sitting there quiet. I'm not even a quiet person. That's how you can tell I'm uncomfortable with him. Because I'm not saying anything. And he just makes me so freaking uncomfortable. Then we get our food. And he keeps talking about how good of a man he is. And he's talking about his family and his ex-girlfriend. Like, really. Out of all the things you could talk about, you're going to bring up your ex-girlfriend. That's enough. He's just talking about his whole life story. And I'm like, okay, I get you want to tell me about yourself, but dang, can I at least say something? So I try to talk and he cuts me off. And I'm like, if this was the case, I might as well just stay home. I do not got time to be listening to your life story. Talking about how he's so loyal and everything. And he's like, well, this is my phone right here. He's like, I don't even keep a lock on my phone. You can know where I'm at. Whatever. I'm like, okay. And he's like, my phone right here. He slams his phone on the table right beside me. He said, you can go through it right now if you want to. He said, I don't have nothing to hide. And then he goes to his Facebook. He's like, look at this girl. Text me all this stuff. You see all these text messages, all these paragraphs. I'm looking at him like, okay. It's our first date. You don't have to do that. I said, okay. I said, I believe you. Okay. And then he's like, look, he should go text me right now. I'm like, why you want to just block her? And he's like, because. He's like, silent deal. That's the only time. Drake's Applebee this freaking tall. And he gets his second thing of beer. I'm like, okay. And I don't even get a refill after I see him get that drink. I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm just ready to go home. Just over it. So I eat my food. He cuts up my chicken for me or whatever. Because I was struggling. That was nice, And then, the waitress comes back again because he keeps drinking the beer so fast. And the waitress, of course, they're going to do their job. And when they see your drink is empty, they're going to ask you, do you want some more? Would you like to refill the drink? He's like, yeah. I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, this dude done drunk 3 damn beers. And it's so early in the day. And first, it's your first time meeting me. I don't want to be around you drunk. I don't want to sit outside of you yet, if ever. You don't. It's just saying you don't get drunk on your first date. Like, really. Out of all times. So he keeps drinking and then time for us to go. We get done eating or whatever. Then he goes to the bathroom. I go to the restroom. And I'm in there thinking, like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Like, I'm ready to go home. I'm tired a little bit. I'm just like, this is just not going good. And I feel like this dude is drunk, which I was right.
Yeah, alright. You was right, I was wrong. Right.
And I'm just like, I'm ready to go home. I'm just saying it to myself in the bathroom, like, Lord, please help me. I really did say a prayer in the bathroom because I just did not think that was going to go good. So we get out. Before he pays for the food, he keeps looking at a little screen thing that they have at Applebee's to say how much it is. He said, see, I'll do this for you. He said, this bill $41. I'm like, okay. So he pulls out a stack of money and throws it on the table, and he's like trying to prove it to me. Like, see, it don't matter to me. He's like, I'm paid with my card though. I'm like, okay. And first of all, I'm thinking $41. Honey, my meal went up about $13. And the reason why it's about $41 because you drunk all those freaking beers. Like, don't try to see that and like you spent all the money on me because you didn't. Anyways, not saying that was a problem that he didn't. I'm just saying why are you bragging about the bill when you're the one that made the bill that high? So we leave out. He opens the door for me. He's holding my hand. Everybody's looking at us. They probably, oh, they so cute. Because remind you, I'm black. He's white. So we leave the restaurant and I'm about to get in the car. He's like, you look good, that Mustang girl. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we sit down and he goes for the kiss. And he's like, can I get a kiss? Me, personally, I'm saying, hell no. I don't even kiss on the first date. I barely even kiss at all. So he leans in for the kiss. And I feel like if I don't give him a kiss, he's going to feel bad, which I shouldn't care about. But remind you, I care about people's feelings. So I gave him a kiss. And then he's all happy. And I'm feeling decent because I'm headed that far. We're in the parking lot, and he's on the phone then. Apparently, it's his brother, cousin, whatever. He asked me, and he's like, hey, my brother's at Buffalo Wild Wings. Do you want to go there? And he was like, I'm just going to get a few drinks or something and just talk. I'm like, sure. So, we get to Buffalo Wild Wings, and he's like, so freaking happy that we're there. And I could tell he's drunk a little bit because he's driving real fast. We get there, and we go inside, then we go outside. Because the way Buffalo Wild Wings, you can't sit outside in the gates unless you go inside. So we go inside, and the cousin, the brother, whatever, he's out there with another dude. And I sit down, and then my guy, he puts my seat under and stuff like that. And then he's like, I'm a man. I'm supposed to push your seat under. I'm a man. I'm like, okay, why you keep saying that? I'm not even saying nothing to you. I didn't say you wasn't a man. I didn't say anything about any man. And you keep bringing up the point that you're a man. Okay, we get it. So anyways, he does that. He sits down. He's talking with another damn. And he tells the dude about how he'll lick my toes with Duke's mayonnaise. I don't know if that's a white guy thing or whatever. I'm just looking at him like, really, like, he's just making me so freaking uncomfortable there too. You know, I'm sitting here, and then he asked them what they get. He's like, well, I'm finna get her a drink. Mind you, I'm only 17 years old. And then he has the nerve to ask me at this point in time, how old are you? I'm like, okay, we done talked on Facebook for over about 3 days. We know we're not eat. And you just not asking me how old I am. I'm like, nah, I'm 17. And then he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure those are one of the questions that you're supposed to ask somebody from the get-go. Like, and now you seem so surprised. And then he just seems like so disappointed that I'm 17 years old. I don't know how old he expected me to be, but yeah. So I told him I'm 17. He's like, well, he asked the other guys what he should get me to drink, and they tell him to get me a mixed drink or whatever. I'm like, sure, this is something for me to do. You feel me? I don't drink, but I done drunk before it, so it wouldn't be no big deal for me to drink a little mixed drink. Even though I shouldn't even did that, even if I could have, because I don't want to get drunk with nobody I barely know them. So that was a mistake on my part. Anyway, so he orders a beer. He orders me a mixed drink. And she's like, can I see your ID? And then he shows it to her. And then she keeps asking me for ID. And I'm looking at the traffic and stuff, like... And I never answer the girl's question. I'm just acting like I don't hear her. She just keep asking me for my ID. I'm just acting like I don't hear her. Because I'm not even the one that ordered the drinks. Why are you asking me for ID just because he ordered 2 drinks? It doesn't mean that I'm drinking one, first of all. So why are you asking me? So I'm just not even answering the question. I'm just looking around like I'm lost or whatever. And she starts asking me. So she takes his order. She's like, okay, I'll be back. So she goes back there. Next thing you know, she doesn't come back at all. This white dude looks like the manager. He doesn't even have on the Buffalo Wild Wings jersey that they wear. He has on like a like something that you know he's a manager. So he's out there and he's like, excuse me, sir, but we can't serve you 2 drinks. It's against the law. And then he was like, it's against the law. I'm looking at him like he's right across from me. This is the table. This is me. This is him. This is the dude. the dude right beside him. And he's like, it's against the law. What you mean it's against the law? I got my ID. I got the money. I look at him like, oh my freaking God. This dude is crazy. And then he pulls out a stack of money and he throws it on the table. He's like, I'll pull out all my money like black youngster. He was like, I got it. He said, what's the problem? Here's my ID. He said, why I can't get the drinks? And he's like so freaking mad. I don't know if he's so mad because I can't drink with him or he's just mad because the dude won't give him 2 drinks. Now, I'm pretty sure it's the first reason, and that really shows that he's a jackass. Like, just accept it. Like, it's not that serious, and you barely know me, and you going crazy out in public, embarrassing me, and these people outside with us, they just looking at us like we freaking, like, he's freaking crazy, and I'm sitting there like, oh my God, his friends are sitting there laughing like everything is funny. I'm like, what? So, I know this dude drunk, and apparently, I'm not the only one that knows he's drunk. The manager asked him, he said, sir, have you been drinking tonight? It's about to go down. Because remind you, the dude dropped about 4 or 3 beers at Applebee's, and now he's coming here trying to get more to drink. So of course the dude knows he's freaking drunk because the way he's acting, throwing money around and talking just loud and slurring his words and everything. And I'm just looking at him like, oh my God. Like, I'm really embarrassed, and I really just feel bad in my heart that he's even like this in public. Like, he's embarrassing himself more than he's embarrassing me. So, he said, have I been drinking? I'm like, oh my God. He's like, what they gotta do anything? He said, yeah, I've been drinking, but just a little bit. I'm like, really? And then he's like, man, just bring my beer out. Just bring me my beer. Just bring my beer, man. And he's like, sir, I'm sorry, but I can't serve you. After the manager tells the guy I'm with that he can't serve him, my guy goes freaking crazy. He starts yelling, what you mean you can't serve me? He gets up, and I'm sitting at the same table with him. He gets up and he backs up, he gets the chair he's sitting in, and he slams it to the table. And I'm sitting there like, oh my freaking God, like I'm on the table shakes. I'm sitting here like, what is wrong with you? I'm sitting in my head like, what the fuck? This dude is freaking crazy. So he done picked up the chair and threw it on the table, and I'm just sitting here like, and the dudes beside him just sitting there laughing, and I'm like, what the hell? And they just saying, go home. I'm looking at them like, what the fuck? Why did you even invite him up here to get drinks if you already knew he was fucking drunk in the first place? The dude throws a freaking chair, and everybody's looking like we're fucking crazy, and he's drunk as hell. And he's just like, oh, I can't get on the train. He said, what the fuck wrong with these people? And he's just crazy as hell. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God. So he gets mad. He's like, come on, baby. I'm here like, what the fuck? So I follow him, of course, like, that's my way home. That's my date. I can't just stay there like a dummy. So, I follow him, and when we go outside, you gotta go inside to go outside. So he pushes the door open, and it's so funny because the door, when you try to push the door into a pool door, it was so freaking funny. You're supposed to pull the door open, and he actually pushed it so freaking hard, he actually fell back a little bit, and I was like, oh my God, that was funny. So he pushed the pool door, and I'm like, and then he gets mad over that, and then he swings the door open. I was just following behind him. I'm trying to walk fast because I got heels on. He's walking so freaking fast, like he's leaving me behind. So we go outside, or we're finally outside, and then he asked me, he said, where I park my car at? I'm looking at him like, what the Bruh. Like, this dude just asked me where did he park his freaking car at. At that point, I knew he was drunk. So, he gets in the car. Well, I been knew he was drunk anyways, but I tell him where the car at. I'm like, it's over there. Like, so, we get in the car, and he's like, they finna know I'm leaving here. He cut the music up real loud. He backs up. He about to leave. And the friends, his cousins over there, they still outside. And they about to drink or whatever they were about to do without him. he busts out loud music or whatever, and he's leaving, and then he rolls down the window, and he tell his cousin, he said, "Tell them," I said, "they can suck my dick." Then he cussed the music on real loud, started swerving and driving fast as hell. I'm like, oh my fucking god. I'm looking like this dude is fucking crazy. Okay, he just blasting loud music down the road. We on the highway now. We're gone. We going back to my town where I stay at. Just all his feelings, singing to these crazy ass songs. Like, I'm just looking at him like, and he keeps trying to hold my hand. I just let him hold it. I'm just over the shit at this point. I'm just holding his hand. And you know how you used to hold somebody's hand like that and you not even do nothing? He was like, hold my hand. I'm like, what the fuck? So I hold this nigga hand. Like, can I just get the hell home? And then he's like, baby, I'm sorry. I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm looking at this dude like that's literally how I'm looking at him. Like, I didn't say you were drunk. And he's like, I'm not drunk, baby. I'm sorry. I said, I know you're not drunk. I know you're not drunk. And I'm lying like hell because this dude drunk as fuck and he driving and I'm in the car with him. You think I'm gonna tell this man that he's drunk and for him to go even more crazy or whatever? You know, you never know what somebody can do when they're under the influence and they driving too. And I'm in the car with you. You know, I'm finna sit here and disagree with what you're saying. I would agree with what you said. I know you're not drunk, honey. In my head, I'm thinking, this nigga drunk as fuck. I gotta get the fuck out this car. Anyway, so we driving and we almost, I say we're 20 minutes to home. And he just listens to this music and holding my hand. He's touching my legs like earlier and stuff like that. I'm just feeling disgusted at this point. Like, I'm just ready to go fuck home. Staying at his mom's house. He's like, oh, I'm like, what the fuck? How is this gonna go down? And she's apparently wanting him to do something for her, and he's like, I work 6 days a week. You got other sons, and they don't do shit for you. Why you always call me? He said, Mom, you need to stop. You need to call the other people. He's like, I do everything for you, and you don't appreciate it. You always calling me do stuff. I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? And I think she says, I thought you were on the date. And he's like, I am on the date. She with me right now. And he's like, I'm be home. She's like, have you been drinking? He gets so freaking mad. Like, he just ain't look at the fucking phone. I'm just looking at him like, everybody knows you're drunk. Just go the fuck home and take me home while you at it.
1,000 years later.
Boy. It's not even the end of the story. This is the crazy part. So, he's texting on his phone, and, apparently it's one of his homeboys, or whatever you want to call it, one of his black friends. And, well, apparently all he hangs around is black people anyways. Texting them, and he gives me the phone. He's like, hey, text him and ask him what he doing. So I text him that, and they about to turn up something like that. So he asked me to go with him to his homeboy house to chill. His homeboy, or whatever, stays in the same town I stay in. So even though the day done went bad, as it already done went, I just felt like I should give this guy another chance. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just scared to say no. I don't know. And the place where the dude stays at, it's not even a good community. Like, this community, people done got shot up at, and it been on the Channel 9 News and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm kind of worried in the back of my head. Like, really? Like, this is the hood. This is the hood we go to. So, or even get there. Okay, he asked me what time I need to be home. So, I say 11 o'clock. I say it's about 9:30ish. Yeah, I say it's about 9:30ish when we got back in town. So, I told him 11 o'clock. So, anyways, we're going to the place, and then he stops by the store. I'm looking at him like, why the freak are you stopping by the store? So, he asked me if I want something to drink. I'm like, yeah, I was like, you can give me a fruit punch. And he's like, a fruit punch? I'm like, yes, a fruit punch. He said, what kind of fruit punch? I said, it doesn't matter. He's like, nah, if I go in there and get the wrong thing, you're going to be mad at me. I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? It ain't even that serious. I just want a fruit punch. So I'm like, you want me to get out with you and get it? I get out, I get my little punch or whatever. He goes to the other side of the store where the beer is at. I'm like, I know damn well this dude is not about to get no freaking beer. Okay, my intentions wrong. I had too much faith in this guy. This dude picks up like a 20 case of beer, and I'm looking at him like, and then we get to the place where his homeboy stay at in the hood. So when we get out, he tells me, he's like, you know how I told you he was telling me about his ex before? When we got in the car, he's like, that's where my ex stay at, but fuck her. I'm like, what? Why would you even tell me your ex stayed right there? And why would you even bring me to where your ex stays at? Like, it's not like when she stays at, but it's all in the same community. Like, it's all, like, they right there by each other. And she's right there across the freaking sidewalk where she stays at. I'm like, okay. So we about to go inside the house that the homeboy stays in, and he's like, what's your name? Okay. He said, I know it's Angela, but I don't know if I'm saying it right or whatever. I said, no, it's not Angela, it's Angela. He's like, I said Angela. I look at him like, Angela. He's like, whatever. Like, this dude's so drunk, he can't even pronounce my name right. Like, he's slurring his words to the point he can't even say Angela. Like, how hard is it to say Angela? I can see if my... Anyways. So, we get in there, he's like, hey, y'all, what's up? This Angela. I'm like, hey, whatever. I'm just fucking tired. So, I sit down, he sits down, and they playing 2K or whatever. Then they get done playing that, and they start playing music on YouTube. And they just turned up by themselves and dancing this music. I'm like, I mean, it's music I listen to too, but I'm just not about to turn up with y'all and I don't even know you. And turn up for what? Like, I done had a long day. This dude beside me, the guy I'm with, he just over here with his arm around me and stuff, turned up and stuff like that. Then he gets the beer thing that he bought. He's passing out like, turn up, nigga, it's on me, turn up, nigga. I look at this dude like, what the fuck? And, they end up drinking or whatever, getting drunk as hell, just listening to music, basically doing nothing. I'm just sitting there. I'm just sitting, like, mind you, I don't even have a phone, so I don't got nothing to do to spare time with or even look at. So I'm just sitting there or whatever. I should have went home after he took me out to eat. I don't even know why I even gave him the chance to even take me here. Like, really? Anyways, not saying I'm an uppity type person, but I did not want to be nowhere where I was at. So, or whatever, they listen to music and stuff like that. And then they end up smoking and stuff, and they like, hey, you want to hit the blunt? I'm like, no, I don't smoke. I wouldn't even smoke with y'all, even if I did smoke. I'm not smoking with nobody I don't even know. And y'all just look at, no. I say no to that. That's the message I made that night. This dude drunk, and I'm looking at the beer cans. I'm actually counting them. I'm like, how much has this dude had to drink tonight? Like, I gotta tell somebody this story. So I was here counting the beers, and I see like 8 beers. And 8 plus the 3 he already had at Applebee's. That's like 12, 11 beers. So this dude drunk about like 13 beers while he's with me. And he's drunk as hell. Like, I can see, like, if you have the audacity to get drunk on your first date, then you have a problem. Anyways, the next thing you know, you hear a loud bang, 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 bang. I'm like, oh my God, who the fuck is this? Like, I don't know if this is the police and they in here smoking. I don't know who the hell it is banging on the door like they the police. And the homeboy, his house, he opens the door and she's like, where's the dude name at? And I'm like, what the fuck? And the dude name, that's the dude I'm with. So I put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, okay, this is the ex-girlfriend, dude. I already knew that was gonna happen for some reason. It's just some things you just can't just expect to happen. Like, really, like, you brought me right here to where she freaking stayed, basically. Okay, so he's like, what the fuck she want? I'm like, what the hell? And he's right here beside me. He get up mad as fuck. He go outside, and next thing you know, you just hear a lot of cussing and yelling and stuff. Like, somebody finna get shot or something like that. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, I'm like, oh my God. And they're just out there fussing and yelling and stuff like that combination. And then he comes back in the house. He's like, fuck that bitch. I swear to God, they better glad I don't carry my pistol no more. I would have been done shot that bitch. Fuck her. I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? So I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? This dude drunk as fuck. And then he taking off his necklace. He's like, I gotta take my jewelry off. He took off his necklace, took off his watch. He looking at me like, ain't nobody gonna touch you. Ain't nobody fucking with you. I'm looking at him like, who said anybody's gonna touch me? I don't even know the girl. I don't even know you. Basically, I don't even know none of these fucking people. Like, apparently she was threatening to hit me when we go outside to leave. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even know this girl. I guess she just say that out of anger. I don't know. He just over here punching his hands like that. Fuck this bitch. Ah, she came up here for what? And so like that, I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? Like, he's just turning. I'm all the way turned off. Like, I'm negative turned on. Like, I'm not even, like, I'm not starting to do it all anymore. He's just so, not even my type. Like, I don't like dudes like that. You know, be calm and collected or something. Like, the fuck? Why is you doing all this extra shit with me right here? And you don't even barely know me. You trying to impress me and you talking about treating me like a queen and you being a man. This is nothing like I expected, honestly. So, blase. So, anyways, he sits down, he calms down eventually. He keeps talking to the homeboy. He's like, man, I don't mean to disrespect your house like that, bro. I ain't mean to disrespect your house. And the dude's like, okay. He keeps freaking saying it. Like, this dude's drunk as fuck. And then he's like, you ready to go? He stands up. He's stumbling. And I'm like, no. I said, we can go whenever you're comfortable to leave. Okay, because I was ready to go, but I'm not about to let this dude feel like he's in a rush to take me home because of what happened, because he's drunk, and I don't want, you know, us to end up in a bad situation. Like, at the end of the day, I'm ready to go home, but I care about my safety first. You know, I'd rather get home safe than not get home at all. So it's about 11:30. I'm ready to go. He ready to go. He's like, alright, y'all finna leave. I'm like, thank you. So I leave, he leaves. When we get outside, it's a cup beside his car. He gets mad as fuck. He kicks the freaking cup. He almost falls on the ground. What the fuck is your problem? So we get in the car and he's like, she didn't even know who you were. She thought you was somebody else. I look at him like, I don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck who she thought I was. I don't even give a fuck about you at this point. Like, he just pissed me the fuck off. I'm just saying this in my head, remind you. I'm not saying, I barely said anything the whole night because I'm just so freaking uncomfortable. And this is stuff he did. Like, that's a reason why I felt the way I felt. Like, can't nobody, No. We get to my house finally, and then we sit in the parking lot for at least 30 minutes. 20, 15, I'd say 20 minutes. And he's talking about how beautiful I am and how he doesn't want to lose me and how he likes me so much. I'm like, if you like me that much, you won't even put me in that situation. Like, I actually said something this time because I'm fed the fuck up. And I'm home now. I can say whatever I want to say. He's like, I can't help. He's like, I can't help what happened. I'm like, yes, you can. I said, you could have handled every situation that came across. You could have handled it differently in a better way. You didn't have to go crazy when they told you couldn't get your drinks. You could have just said, okay, and just had a good time with your little family or whatever. You didn't even have to get drunk at Applebee's. You didn't even have to drink. You didn't even have to pay the girl no mind. You could have left her at the door and closed the door in her face. Like, every action you did, you could have avoided it. Everybody can control their actions, and if you can't, you would seriously have a problem. Like, you could control that. So, he's just sitting here disagreeing with me. Like, he doesn't want to accept the truth, you know, that I'm speaking. That's fine. I don't care. Whereas he's like, well, can you go home with me, please, please, please? I'm like, no, I can't. I said, I got a mom at home. I can't. Well, I'm just trying to make up any excuse not to go home with him. You know, it's not even an excuse. Like, I'm not finna stay with you and I don't even know you and you fucking drunk. If you done did all that stuff, you think I'm finna go home with you and spend the night with you? No. Like, that just insulted my intelligence when he even asked that. Like, no, I cannot. Then her kids got out, and then he texted me and all that kind of stuff, and I just let him know I'm done. I can't do it. I can't deal with nobody that acts like an ass and in public with me. Like, you don't even have respect for me. Who knows who knows what else you could do or how other way you could treat me? And this is our first date. And you supposed to be treating me like a lady. Like, he treated me like I wasn't even freaking there. Like, he didn't even care what he was doing. Because apparently he didn't. But okay, anyways, you guys, that's my story time video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's pretty long, but it was a crazy story and it was a long story. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe and comment below if you want to hear any other story times or any videos that you'd like for me to see next. Because I'm about to start being active on YouTube more often and grow my channel. So subscribe, like, comment, And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you guys next time.